That is incredible. That is insane, dude.
What is, you may ask, this? And that dude has just casually stood there watching. Brett Contreras has a new challenger to the name Glute Guy. At this point, Bradley Martyn's IG page is literally 85% glutes. Okay, are we suitably entertained? Let's move on.
Oh, yes. What? Let's go!
And so I made a video where I looked at Bradley Martyn's supplements, and the marketing, diplomatically put, was peculiar. How can you sell a bottle of pills, which people are going to take, which will most likely be stimulant if it's a fat loss supplement, and you're not giving them any ingredients or details before they purchase? And this supplement was completely substandard, and the way they marketed it and labeled it, let's just say, was sneaky. Please watch this video if you would like more information. And so I went to have a look at more of his supplement stuff, as I said I would, and I found Full Send. And so what is the brand Full Send? And no, it's not an Amazon checkout option. It is any activity you can do wholeheartedly with confidence and an absolute passion, obviously. You don't cut corners with your job, relationship, or hobbies, so do it with your supplements. And sell people a pointless one right about here. Very seriously, if your job is to sell supplements that are effective to consumers, and you have that picture next to that statement, ironically, you really are cutting corners. Our potent supplements will leave you with no choice but to full send your workouts. Okay, so that's the brand image. And there it is on merch worn by Steve Will Do It. Who is Steve Will Do It, you ask? This guy. Bro, you inspire me so much. That was my first thought also. And these potent supplements were formulated by Bradley Martyn, but sold under the brand of NELK, I think, with Full Send. I don't really care. It just belongs to all of these guys. That photo is like one of those Evolution t-shirts. And Heisenbro started selling a BCAA and a pre-workout. $30 and $45, which someone dropped on the floor. Let's just leave them right there, I think.
I made sure that we've made this reasonably priced for you guys. Has the right amount of stuff in it, dosed properly for you guys. Tastes amazing. Again, I've been working on it for 6 months. I've been tasting it and testing it for the last 4 to make sure that it was something that I personally could be able to recommend to you guys.
And so that clip was from 2020. So this product has been out about a year now. And these, to be clear, are products that Bradley has personally formulated, not the eggheads in the lab.
This is pre-workout. Like,
this is pre-workout.
You made this pre-workout.
Yeah, I made this pre-workout, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. And he takes them to go and show NELK.
So you guys, if you get this, you only need 1 scoop. It's not out right now, by the way.
And the hilarity ensues.
Taking 3.
But no, you're not taking 3. I'll literally, no, you're not. You're not taking 3. Bro,
Watch me, bro.
no. What are you doing? Bro, what are you doing?
All right, I'm gonna take 1 scoop.
Yeah, just 1 scoop. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. 1 scoop. 1 scoop. Bro, you're only taking 1 scoop.
And you get the idea of this brilliant skit. Steve Will Do It is insane, and he wants to take 3 scoops, and Bradley tries to stop him and wrestles him and all that stuff. It's basically what primary school break time used to look like.
You only need 1 scoop.
Don't make me.
You're not gonna hurt me. Shut the fuck up. I'll knock it out of your mouth. Don't play with me.
Bro, I'm starting to feel good
What?
from the pre-workout.
Yeah, I told you I only needed 1, dude.
I feel good.
I told you I only needed 1.
And I call this next clip when the pre-workout kicks in. And Steve is so pumped from his potent formula that he will be selling you that he can now do this stuff and this stuff. He can now lift sofas, lift humans, all the standard stuff. Okay, enough of that. That's enough stimulation. Let's actually look at the label. And so what I will tell you is that this is not a bad supplement. This is not a brilliant supplement. This is bang average, especially for the resources this team have. And I mean the money that they could put into creating a pre-workout. Just could be a lot better. But it's not some terrible prop blend or the cheapest rubbish you'll see. It's decent enough, cheap enough for a mass market to buy. But for me, the bare minimum passable formula for an effective pre-workout. And as always, at this point, I need to state, you don't need to take a pre-workout. I don't take pre-workout. It is supplemental, of course. And it is not as necessary as the fitness industry makes you believe. I prefer the eat food approach before a workout. Have an apple, drink a coffee if you want. And I hope that this video will help you, not just with this specific product, but also to take the information and analyze it to other pre-workouts when you are considering purchasing them. And so firstly, they do give transparent amounts of each ingredient. So well done to them. That is very good. And there is no ridiculous multivitamin stack at the start for image sake. So again, well done for that. So that's very positive. Citrulline malate. And so with this, there is a ratio of 4,000 milligrams citrulline, and then you have 2,000 milligrams malic acid. And in the fitness industry, we see it expressed as citrulline malate. And so this sums up the product for me. It's not bad, but it is the bare minimum effective dose, the entry level. And when we think of citrulline malate, we're looking at 6,000 to 8,000 milligram evidence-based dose. So you can see they've just sneaked in at that range. And in my interpretation, they have chosen the minimum dose, and it can keep costs down with mass production. And at this price point, they can still maintain a healthy profit margin. What does this ingredient do? It aids in nitric oxide synthesis, which very simply broken down means better blood flow. And so it is a decent ingredient, but for me, they should increase the dose even more. Sacrifice a little bit of profit and give your consumer a more effective product. And maybe they could have used nitrosigine in there, for example, which we do have data to show that is more effective than citrulline malate at lower doses. And so that's just another consideration. Beta-alanine. And so I've discussed this before. It is evidence-based in attributes such as muscular endurance, but it is also slightly controversial for the side effects, the jittery feelings, the tingling feeling. Beta-alanine is what gives you that tingling feeling when you take pre-workout. This tingling feeling improves athletic performance and boosts lean muscle mass production. No, it doesn't. The tingling feeling is literally what is known as a side effect. That is a negative consequence of taking this ingredient. And indeed, it may actually prevent people from training effectively if they're not feeling great. They literally turned a side effect into a positive. And so he's followed the pre-workout playbook with these two opening ingredients. This one is not a bad ingredient, but it's perhaps overhyped in the fitness industry. But importantly, it's an ingredient that you would need to take over time for a cumulative effect. And so then the problem is that this would be slightly underdosed. If you look at the hardcore supplement from my other video, they came in at 3.2 grams, which is the minimum effective dose when we're considering beta-alanine over time and the cumulative intake of it for performance benefits. Bradley tells you not to take his pre-workout every day.
I don't take a pre-workout every single day, and I wouldn't even recommend that you take a pre-workout every single day. I recommend that you would still space it out, like, I don't know, 4 times a week, 3 times a week, even depending on how sensitive you are to stimulants and to caffeine.
But with 30 scoops, you would need to take this every day for a month to get close to that effective cumulative dose of beta-alanine. So he hasn't quite understood that relationship. He is focusing on the caffeine when he gives that statement, which I think is actually a good statement to make, but then his guidelines would give negative consequences for the beta-alanine. So that's a trade-off. And so this is not massively underdosed, but again, I just find this whole product, considering Bradley and NELK have significant resources, they have very successful businesses, their social media platforms will generate huge money. And look, okay, well done to them, they created it. But considering that, couldn't they just have given really effective doses of these ingredients and given the consumer something more superior? And that's why I just find this supplement in context just bang average. And so if it was me creating a supplement, which it never would be, and I had serious money in the bank, surely the approach is to make the highest quality product possible, sacrifice a little bit of profit margin, and create something with the high-end range of evidence-based doses of these ingredients. And therefore the competition couldn't compete because the fitness industry is full of cheap prop blend rubbish. I just don't understand why fitness celebrities who come out with these brands, and fitness celebs like NELK and Bradley Martyn, who do have backing, who do have resources, why don't they just create an ultra superior product? Why is it the bare minimum or slightly underdosed amounts? Betaine anhydrous, and so this regulates water balance in cells, hydration, and it's also linked to certain performance benefits such as power. And we have this piece of research where there was a positive outcome in terms of cycling power, but to be clear, they used a dose of 2.5 grams, which is higher than the full send pre-workout. But the evidence base is mixed into attributes such as power, and so in no way would you be able to suggest that. Anyway, it's underdosed. We have a range of around 2,500 milligrams to the upper end of 6,000 milligrams taken per day, and that will be divided up into how many times a day you take it. And so again, as you see with this product, it's either the bare minimum effective dose, as in citrulline malic acid, or slightly underdosed, as in this and the last ingredient. Hence the title of my video for people who get upset with me, that this is bang average. Then we have taurine, shock horror at the bare minimum effective dose. Again, the ranges that we see in research are from 500 to 2,000 milligrams, and Bradley comes in at the minimum. For me, a clear pattern developing here. And so it has applications to blood flow, and as a supplement, we see it being researched for diabetes, for example, and they give short descriptions for each ingredient, but not taurine. It's neither here or there for me. Not vital. not outstanding, not completely redundant in their thinking. It's just a bit of a filler for me. N-acetyl L-tyrosine, again, no description. At least it's not just a stock photo as with his other supplements. And so L-tyrosine, as I've talked about before, is there to help you cope with the stresses of your workout. This is N-acetyl L-tyrosine, so this is an overcomplication of L-tyrosine and has no better bioavailability than just your regular L-tyrosine. And so considering the bioavailability, that's easy for me to say, this would actually be underdosed in relation to how much your body can use. And lastly, caffeine, the alternative spelling. And here is his rationale for including 350 milligrams.
It's a little high in caffeine, but that's because I know a lot of people will normally get like pre-workouts and try to take 2 scoops.
He puts it in a nice shiny bottle that says full send
And
on
it's
it.
properly dosed. It's properly dosed. That's the important part.
Have you tried this?
Yeah, you only need 1 scoop. So you guys, if you get this, you only need 1 scoop.
And so he wanted something people can take in one dose. For me, 350 is too much. That's my personal interpretation. I wouldn't feel comfortable taking more than 200 milligrams per scoop in a pre-workout.
The pump's amazing. And I made sure, obviously you guys might be like, oh, it's a lot of caffeine.
And therefore, if I was taking this, I would actually need to take a lesser scoop, therefore to keep the caffeine lower, but that would then render the other ingredients even more underdosed. And so let's be honest, most pre-workouts are caffeine with other stuff. Caffeine is the king of the pre-workout ingredient. And so there it is. There's the full send pre-workout formula. It's not bad, it's not terrible, but it's not good. For me, it's just completely average. They could and should, in my opinion, do a lot better, and the fitness industry should as a whole take a bit less profit and include better amounts of ingredients.
God, you weren't f***ing around.
Yeah, I wasn't playing.
Blue raspberry?
Yeah, fire.
crazy.
Flavors are fire.